Welcome back to another Power BI 3-minute tip. If you're liking these quick Power BI tutorials, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell for more content. In today's video, I'm going to show you a way that you can perform data transformations without having to write any code. This is really handy if you don't know the M code or DAX code you need to create a new column, and this allows you to create a new column by basically just typing in an example of what you want to see, and Power BI will pick it up and complete the column for you. So we're going to go ahead and start by getting data from the web. I have this nice web page to show us World Cup final stats. So in the spirit of the World Cup, we'll go ahead and create something showing the FIFA World Cup statistics. So we'll go ahead and connect to web and connect using that link, and we'll be able to bring in some of those stats. It's one of these, this guy. We'll go ahead and bring this table in and load it in. I'll show you a way that you can perform transformations on this data just by typing in what you want. So once that loads, we'll go ahead and go to the query editor, and we'll see our one table in there. So this is what our table looks like. We have the year, the winners, the final score, the runner-up, the venue, location, attendance, and references. So all you have to do to create a column from examples is go to add column and column from examples. And you have two options here. You can do it. You can create a new column based on all your columns, or you can do it based on your selection. So if you click on all columns, it comes up with this little new column on the right side, and you basically just start typing into this, and Power BI will try to pick up on what it is you're trying to do. And by default, since I clicked all columns, it's going to kind of think through all the different columns you have in your table and try to come up with an idea just based on that. So we actually don't want to use all columns, so we can kind of uncheck the ones we don't need. So for the first column we're going to create, let's go ahead and let's say we want to grab the winning score of the game. We can go ahead and do that. And actually, before I'm going to do that, I see that we have our first row is our headers. So we're going to go to home and use first row as headers. So now it looks better. So now we're going to go back to add column and column from examples. And I'm just going to go ahead and highlight final score and click on column from examples and from selection. So that's only going to use this column in our new column definition. So all I need to do here is type in the winning score, which is 4, click enter, and you can see it already kind of knows what I'm doing here. So it picks up on 2 on the next row and 4 on the next row. It's really cool, and you can title this, call it winning score. So that's awesome. Now we have the winning score of that game. We can go ahead and do the same thing with losing score. We'll just go through a couple of examples here. I actually highlighted winning score. We're going to go back to final score, take the losing score, and that's just going to be 2. So it's pretty easy to pick up on that as well. Let's say we wanted to just grab the country name from location. We can do that as well. So let's highlight that, go to column from examples from selection. So let's say we just want to get Uruguay out of the location. So Uruguay, and it populates the rest of the examples, but you can see it's not exactly what we want. So this second one gets Italy, the third one gets France, and the fourth one gets De Janeiro, Brazil. So Power BI is trying to figure out what it is you're trying to do here. Just by looking at the first example, it thinks you're just trying to get rid of the first word, I believe, which leaves you with Uruguay. For the Brazil example, it's getting rid of Rio to leave you with De Janeiro, Brazil. But basically, to get Power BI to act the way you want, you can just type in more examples. Like for this one, since it's wrong, now you just have to type in Brazil. And you can see that now, actually if we go back and we delete that, you can see that Mexico is wrong as well. See how it says city Mexico, since it's getting rid of Mexico? When you type in Brazil, you can see that Mexico is fixed, because following the example from Brazil, it now sees that you just want to keep the last word. And you can actually see the M code that it's writing for you up here, text.after delimiter, and it's taking the location field and giving you everything after the comma space. So it's now figured out that you just want the last part of it after the comma space, which would leave you with the country. So it's actually perfect. There are a couple more things you can do here. That's basically taking a part of each field. You can go ahead and replace things as well. It's pretty simple. So I will replace, let's say I want to take the final score as well, and I want to replace that dash because that's not in the format I want. You can just easily type in, let's say we want it to be 4,2. You can easily do that and say 2,1. You see how it now replaces the dash with the comma just based on a couple of examples, and you can see that the code that it brings up, text.replace final score dash and comma. So it's replacing that dash with a comma. It's really, really easy. Another couple examples that you can use with the column from examples are you can do simple addition or multiplication. So if we select the year column, we can just type in, let's say we wanted to add 10 years to every year for whatever reason. This would be 1940. This would be 1944. And you can see that now it's going through and adding 10 years to each year. So you can do it with basic addition or multiplication or any operation that you want. It's pretty handy. So in case you don't know the proper M code to write to transform your data, or you don't want to do it in DAX either, this is a really great example that allows you to perform pretty complex calculations and transformations without actually having to write any code. So go ahead and give this a try. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next Power BI 3-minute tip.